Imagine you're stranded in the middle of the ocean. No food, no water. The sun burns your skin. Your lips are cracked from thirst. Days pass. Hunger turns into something else, something dark. One of your crewmates collapses. Too weak to move. That's when the thought creeps in. This isn't just a horror story. It really happened. This is the case of the Mignonette, one of the most infamous shipwrecks in history, where desperation led to murder and cannibalism and a trial that shocked the world. The voyage and disaster. In 1884, the Mignonette was a small yacht purchased in England, set to sail to Australia. It wasn't built for long ocean voyages, but that didn't stop four men from taking the risk. Tom Dudley, the experienced captain; Edwin Stevens, the first mate; Edmund Brooks, a seasoned sailor; and Richard Parker, a 17-year-old cabin boy eager for adventure. Just a few weeks into their journey, disaster struck. A violent storm battered the Mignonette. On July 5th, 1884, the yacht was hit by a rogue wave. It snapped like a twig and sank within minutes, leaving the crew scrambling into a tiny 13-foot lifeboat with almost no supplies. Just 2 tins of turnips and no fresh water. Adrift in the vast South Atlantic, the 4 men faced a slow and agonizing death. Descent into madness. At first, they rationed the turnips, but those were gone in days. They caught a sea turtle. Once that meat was gone, hunger gnawed at them like a living thing. They tried drinking seawater, against every sailor's instinct. It only made things worse. By day 12, Richard Parker, the youngest and weakest of the crew, was fading fast. He had been the first to drink the seawater. Now he lay delirious, unable to move. That's when Captain Dudley made a grim proposal. He and the other men drew straws, a method sailors had used in desperate times. But before fate could decide, Dudley made the choice himself. On day 19, with Parker too weak to resist, Dudley pinned him down and slit his throat with a penknife. His blood was collected in a tin, his first gift to his crewmates. They drank it. Over the next few days, they ate Parker's flesh, surviving off their fallen companion. But the universe had a cruel twist in store. Just 4 days after Parker's murder, a passing German ship, the Montezuma, spotted the lifeboat and rescued the survivors. They were alive, but at what cost? At first, the men kept quiet, but once they returned to England, the truth came out. It was a legal and moral nightmare, a case unlike any other. Dudley and Stevens were charged with murder. They pleaded necessity. What else could we do? We had to kill him, or we would have died too. The case became a landmark trial. The court ruled that necessity is not a defense for murder, a decision that shaped legal history. Dudley and Stevens were sentenced to death. In the end, their punishment was reduced to just 6 months in prison. Brooks, the sailor who hadn't taken part in Parker's killing, walked free. The Mignonette case left behind a haunting question. When faced with death, what would you do? Would you hold on to your humanity, or would hunger turn you into something else? And here's the creepiest part. Years before this, Edgar Allan Poe wrote a novel about a shipwreck where a character named Richard Parker is killed and eaten. A fictional story that became a terrifying reality. Coincidence or something else? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you love deep dives into true crime, be sure to like and subscribe.